Hello everybody, another channeled song message. This one was another Olivia Dean song, Okay Love You Bye, and it was the lines out of the song, the chorus. If you can't see my mirror, I can't see you. So don't say you won't forgive me because you always do. The song's an interesting one. I did try and record this message last night and the reading didn't work. I'll let you know if the same message comes through again. Current messages that are overlap for the best and highest good of all. What do we need to know about this message? Deep emotions, unknown feelings, past life influences. I'll show you the card. Anything else? If you can't see my mirrors, then I can't see you. I'm actually already getting a message there about our relationships being a mirror for what we need to look at, what we need to work on. Go with the flow. Letting go, cleansing and receiving. Bottom of the deck, twin flames. That's been a big theme this week. Soul partner, eternal connection. So last night with this message, I was getting a message of you turning away from something very suddenly. And maybe this will end in the same place. This is now feeling a little bit more like a lack of alignment with what a relationship, the purpose of a relationship is. If you can't see my mirrors, I can't see you. There's something about a connection not being able to be in the place that it's offering what a connection is all about, which is that reflection piece of what am I seeing in you that I can learn about myself, that I can heal about myself, what is being triggered in me that I can look at in a really beautiful, safe way within this connection from both points of view. And I'm getting this visual of the mirrors being out of alignment. Opening heart, deep connections, water blessings. Why is it out of alignment? I feel like someone's closed off to this. She's got her hands over her chest. It's like I don't want to open up to the vulnerability that this would require for me to really look at what's on offer here. That card is actually letting go with the flow. But there's some degree of resistance to that idea. I've got telepathy, bottom of the deck, and divine masculine peeking out. Any final messages from this deck, Spirit? Clarity. I could also see this card before with the telepathy, divine masculine, and clarity. Don't say you won't forgive me. You always do. At least you say you do. Something about keeping the peace. Keeping the peace. Yeah, resisting the vulnerability of truly communicating what needs to be communicated, reflecting what needs to be reflected. I feel like there's two messages coming here. There's either a complete projection onto the other person or, and maybe a combination of both, of this isn't about me, this is about you and how you're showing up. As within, so without. It's always about something within you as well. And I don't say that from a victim blame point of view. Or this lack of willingness to dive deep into what actually is here and communicating that in a way that can allow you to work through that together, to grow and heal and learn and evolve as souls and as a couple together. All right, moving on to the Wandering Star Tarot deck. Just looking at the line in the lyrics, my phone's sitting there with the lyrics on it. Okay, don't be smart. Who do you think you are? With your earring walking tall. This was the line. Doing your best to make me feel small. If you can't see my mirrors, then I can't see you. Yeah, it's like the defensiveness of, it's that projection piece. Immediate defensiveness when something needs to be addressed. Empress, bottom of the deck. Right, Spirit, tell us some more. What's going on in this connection? It does. We've got twin flames out, so it feels very much like this is a connection. that just isn't working. It's out off kilter. Thank you. Can't see what that is yet. Anything else? 1, 2, 3. The world. Okay, love you, bye. I think this is over. Sorry, you probably didn't want me to say that as bluntly as I just did, but the world is the last card of the major arcana. It is a completion card, a completion of cycles. Within a connection, this cycle could only be completed if you're able to work through this together. So if you're at this point and I've got the world card out, unless something shifts soon, I think your cycle closure is getting out of this and finding a connection that can be your mirror, where you can see each other. I'll show you the card. I just have to cover her up a bit. This song is called Okay, Love You, Bye. And that was kind of the message I was getting last night when I tried to do this message, is a really like sudden kind of breaking point of, I'm not doing this anymore, and I'm turning around and I'm moving on with my life. In that message, that was a very positive move. And I don't always as emphatically say as I did in my attempt to record that message, do not go back to this. Like, then you moving on to something new was a whole new chapter in love, in prosperity, in passion, in all parts of life. Bottom of the deck, we have 5 of Cups, loss, leaving, sorrow. The thing that is important about the imagery and the 8 of Cups, which is walking away. Yeah. Yep. It's done. In the 5 of Cups, she's so focused on the cup spilling over, but there's 2 of Cups upright. 2 of Cups is a union of 2 people coming together. So this is a walking away from something to create the space that you need for your next chapter of your life to come in, possibly for your actual twin flame to come in. Because this wasn't a connection that could meet you at the stage you are as a soul, needing to work through your soul lessons, your karma, your experience of love. It wasn't able to offer you a mirror. And so you're needing to walk away. And that's not easy. I know. 3 of Swords. Okay. Ooh, anything else we need to know, Spirit? What don't they see coming? Let's ask that question. What don't you see coming when you walk away from this? Your ability to... So it's the 9 of Wands, which is often described as the wounded warrior card. But on these cards have words on them. It says strength, support, and boundaries. What you don't see is your ability to be strong enough to do this. This is a deeply personal message for me because I've been in this position. You can do this. If your soul is resonating with this message, if you are resonating with this message of this isn't working, I know this is not what I need, you can do this. And we've got 10 of Pentacles at the bottom of the deck. Family, happiness, prosperity, all of the things that I said would come in as a result of you turning away from this and doing some healing in isolation will come in. Anything else on that? Thank you, Spirit. One on the floor. Can't see what that is. 1, 2, 3. Ace of Swords. Let me grab this card and see what it is. Lovers. 10 of Pentacles and the Lovers. And I think this, we've got 5 of Swords at the bottom of the deck. This doesn't come easily personally, and I suspect even within this connection that you might be walking away from, it might be challenging. Of course. This says love, harmony, and union. That harmony piece. You don't feel this connection you're in currently. Yeah. Death and rebirth, new beginnings, transformation. You don't feel harmonious in what you're in. And I feel called to share this. I don't often speak to personal alignments with readings in my readings, but this feels relevant. I might be talking to you and you might be in a connection that is perfect on paper, or is everything that you had once hoped for really isn't something that most people would say you need to leave. But and for some of you, it will be much more extreme, and you'll know that it's not where you're meant to be. But there is a piece here of what you need, not from a selfish point of view, from a soul point of view, from a soul growth and journey point of view, that isn't being met. And if you have been communicating that and it's still not being met, you are not being selfish. You are following your soul's path and calling by walking away from that. It is bigger than just you. As I said, the Hierophant and the High Priestess came out. That feels to me, even with how I've put them down, like overlapping the past and the future, that feels like a shift from something that's really traditional, and maybe that's a big piece of what has kept you in this connection. Like the Hierophant can speak to religion, to marriage, to those kind of structures, really tradition. There might be kids involved. I'm not sure why that's coming through. It just did. And moving into something that's a little bit more less traditional, High Priestess, spiritual. Again, I think this is part of your spiritual path and spiritual journey. I wouldn't be, I can tell you for sure, I would not be here channeling these messages had I not made this step myself. It was my dark night of the soul that woke up my spirituality, that woke up my connection with the divine, that allowed all that's come through for me since to come through. And I feel like there's something about that here for you, because until you can work through some of this stuff that isn't being expressed and explored in this connection, you're not going to be able to understand yourself enough to tap into what actually exists within you from a spiritual point of view. But even in terms of tapping into what is available to you in this lifetime from a love and prosperity and abundance and passion, a brand new beginning. I've got at the bottom of the deck tenderness, true love and compassion, and reclaiming your power after that. This is a pretty long one already, but let's just see if there's any final messages. Any final messages for this collective? Thank you. The Chariot, moving forward, journey, success, and progress. This is your soul's journey. It might not make any sense. I understand that. Yeah, it definitely feels like I'm tapping into a collective that's mirroring a path that I've walked. A split to Four of Wands, which is your Twin Flames card. There is a soul connection that needs to come in for you. Who knows how long that will take, but there's something about needing to choose yourself, which is a deeply uncomfortable thing to do. Oh, look, Phil, new beginning, justice, Ace of Cups. Yep. I'm thinking of you. If you want your own guidance on this, please feel free to book a reading on my website, mindbodysoulalchemy.com.au. But also, if you just need some reassurance, some sharing of your journey, please feel free to send me a DM. Like I said, I've walked this path. It wasn't easy to some degree. It's still not easy. But I've known every day since it was the right thing to do. All right. Sending you so much love. And there is so much love and happiness and abundance and prosperity coming in for you. I promise you. This is part of what you came here to do. The path you came here to walk. Okay. Bye, everyone.